Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you this morning from, I don't know if you can see it out my window, but hopefully I'll pull it down. You can see it. Foggy. Super foggy. Oh, listen to this. Oh, I love bridges, y'all. Super foggy, San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. I want to have a conversation with you about fog. Fear the focus fog, not the faith fog. Fear the focus fog, not the faith fog. What do I mean by that on this poignant morning where the natural things may speak of the invisible that I can get down into you this morning and take with you throughout the day? The focus fog, you've heard people say this, I don't know, just feeling foggy lately. And it's typically a way that people describe their current state of mind. And I would call that a focus fog. This is a fog that comes from a lack of focus. When people feel overwhelmed, what's going on is the brain has so many activities that are disorganized that it feels like it's got to shut down because there's no order or structure to that. And by the way, in coaching, that's one of the things we deal with, is that there's simple methods and models and systems to actually bring these things into order. And instead of time taking advantage of you, you take advantage of time. And instead of you serving time, time can serve you. The constructs, it's not even about time management, ladies and gentlemen, it's about self-management within that time. So fear the focus fog, not the faith fog. There's a focus fog which comes from a lack of focus, which causes us to not be certain about the next step. What am I doing? Where am I going? I'm foggy. I just don't have a sense of direction. This is what I call the focus fog, and that is to be feared for show. The faith fog is very different. The faith fog is an intentional fog designed to create a daily dependence on your Creator, who wants to, desires to be in relationship and connection with you. Back in the old days, the children of Israel, when they were set free from Egypt and they were in the wilderness on their way to Canaan, the promised land, they were given what was called manna. It was a daily bread. What kind of bread? Exactly, a daily bread. It wasn't a weekly bread. It wasn't a monthly bread. It wasn't a 6-month bread. It wasn't a quarterly bread. It was daily. And Moses was given clear instructions by God. Tell these people to just go out in the morning, gather as much as they need for them and their families for the day, and no more. Yeah, he wasn't being weird. What he was doing was creating a faith fog. He was creating just enough vision, just enough direction, just enough to see the next step. Just enough to see the next step before the next step was revealed. See, this created a daily dependence on their Creator for the children of Israel freed from Egypt on the way to the promised land. A daily dependence. There's something about daily. And this faith fog is a good fog because it doesn't come from a lack of focus. It maybe comes from a lack of total certainty about what's going to happen with the next decision you make. Now, if you knew the answer to, with total clarity and guaranteed outcome, the decisions that you were going to make, if you knew for certain what was going to happen with every choice you made and every decision you made, your life would be so secure. I get it. Yet that's not what life was designed to do. It wasn't designed that way, because then you would be the Lord of your own life, mastering your own world, and when stuff hit the fan that you had no idea was coming, when the feces hits the oscillating device, it can throw you way off track and mess you up when you're counting on things to go the way they're supposed to go with you. So this faith fog creates an opportunity, not of lack of focus, but maybe a little bit of a lack of certainty that says, I'm not sure what's going to happen when I make this decision, so that you have the ability in this faith fog to activate your faith. It is a faith fog. It is a fog that is designed to activate your faith. It is designed to cause you to make a decision that would be bigger than yourself, taking a risk. My pastor said something powerful this last Sunday. He said, risk is just as valuable as obedience in the kingdom of God. We've got to be willing to take risks. We have to be willing to take the risk, to take the chance, to see what's going to happen. My father, my wonderful, loving dad, would say it this way: no balls, no blue chips, son. Take the big risks. Big risk, big reward. Little risk, little reward. I read something yesterday as I'm studying the Samurai that said, your world will expand or contract in direct proportion to your courage. And faith and courage go hand in hand. Let me say that again, just so I can back it up. Your life will expand or contract in direct proportion to your courage. And you see, it requires courage to activate your faith. But if you've had your monthly bread or your quarterly bread, you may be hungry and you may not even know it, and you have not counted on that daily bread, that faith fog, that fog. Like, I hope y'all can see it out the window here. I don't know if y'all can see that. It is pretty foggy. In fact, I'm gonna pop this stuff. You see that out there? Yep, that's some legit fog, right? So fear the focus fog, that fog that comes from not being focused. And you got to be worried about that, because having focus and having goals is very important. Zig Ziglar would say it this way: how can you hit a target you cannot see? How can you hit a target you do not have? Most people feel like they're in a fog because they do not have, and they have not chosen to define subjectively for themselves what their life by design would look like exactly if they were winning in each of the areas of life that are important to them. Spiritual, their physical, their marriage, their parenting, their finances, their recreation, their interaction with and use of technology. Is it messing with them and causing others to feel dishonored? These are issues of life that, with some focus and attention and clarity and accountability, people can begin to achieve at a very high level. However, most people have not taken the time to gain clarity, so there's a focus fog. You got to fear that funky focus fog for sure. You want to embrace the faith fog. That's the faith fog. That's the, your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. It is not a spotlight that shows me what's going to happen every day for the next 18 weeks. It is a lamp unto my path, which means I have just enough illumination, just enough revelation, just enough understanding, just enough faith for today to take that next right step in what I sense is the correct direction. Not knowing what's in the fog out there, but I trust the one who creates the fog. I trust the one who's got the fog covered. I trust that. I trust him. I know it's going to be all right. I know that all things are working together for good. I have faith. I have confidence that if I just do the next right thing and take the next right step that I sense with the little bit of light that's in front of me, then I, my friend, will ultimately end up in the destination where I'm supposed to end up, because I'm walking by faith, not by sight. So, ladies and gentlemen, fear the funky fog of lack of focus, but embrace the faith fog, that faith fog that requires you to have a daily dependence on the one who created you, to be in relationship with you so that you can partner with him. He will not do your part. He won't do it, and you cannot do his part. But I'll tell you this: if you do your part, he'll do his part, and the next thing you know, the fog will part, and you will see clearly the direction that you're headed, with full faith and assurance that all things are working together for your good. Have a great day, guys.